We recently had the gameplay preview and the content embargo lift, resulting in a flood of Armor Core content. This video will break down the top 7 takeaways. The first major leak that we're looking at is around the Stagger bar and how weapons now have 2 traits, impact and attack power. Attack power is the standard damage to health, or armor points of the enemies, whereas impact represents how much the stagger bar will raise based on an attack. With the gameplay preview, you can see the stagger bars on certain enemies and in boss battles, but not all weapons raise the stagger bar well. You can see regular rifles and missiles don't do much, but other weapons like the laser dagger really push the stagger bar, and this is correlated with the higher impact stat. This will make creating mech builds very interesting. For some missions, it may be impossible to beat a boss without stagger. In other missions, maybe the stagger is useless. You will have to plan and adapt for each mission or have a nice combination of both. Looking at the stats and watching side by side, we can see the missiles have an impact of 89 times 4, which equals 356 impact damage. Whereas the sword does 310 per attack and has a potential of a combo of up to 3 times. This clearly raises the stagger bar faster and more efficiently, especially once you consider reload cooldown timers. Some weapons, like the explosive launcher, can do over 800 impact damage in 1 attack. So weapon loadouts will be really important in some battles where stagger is really important. Number 2, reload and ammo HUD. I'm expecting the mastery of shooting 4 different weapons in a consistent flow to be a major part of combat. With various cooldown timers and clip sizes, you will have to monitor a lot. The 4 bars that surround your target reticle represent the current ammo loaded in your weapon. Instead of diverting your eyes down to the corner, you can see the rough ammo supplies within your target sight. You can also see a red charging bar when they are reloading, so you know exactly when to fire off another massive cannon shell. One thing to note, which is different from other armor cores, is that electric rounds no longer use boost energy to fire, but they have an overheat mechanic. So if you're able to have consistent fire but not too fast, you could have sustained fire until ammo runs out. Moving on to number 3, with the recent content embargo lifted, there's a new feature that's been revealed, the charged attacks. If you fully charge select weapons, you can release some powerful rounds. These are shown by the small bar attached to the ammo in the HUD. You can see the charged weapon reached a primed state by filling that small bar completely with yellow. Imagine you're going to be holding one button to charge, firing the other 3, trying to hit all your targets, and then release that one at the perfect timing. Ooh, it is going to be so much fun controlling this mech of destruction. Number 4, we've known for a while that they're going to have the hard lock system in Armor Core 6. Well, now we know how it looks and how it feels. It's known as target assist and comes in 2 forms, soft lock and hard lock. Either way, they will lock onto the enemies within your field of view that are within range, which is also dependent on your build customization. Then your missiles and weapons will try to place the reticle on the enemy, also depending on range and your mech upgrades. The target assist may line up the shots, or it'll lag behind on miss. So it's not just a look at the enemy and click delete. You will have to be in the correct distance for each weapon system. This is denoted by the reticle changing to red to signify it's in the correct range. Then just make sure it's actually on your target and you should land all your shots. And if you're really upset about it, they do have a manual aim upgrade that you can get later in the game. I know I'll be checking it out to see how it feels if it brings back those old Armor Core feels. Now, the difference between soft lock and hard lock will automatically turn your camera, so you're always focused on the enemy facing towards them. This lock allows you to completely focus on weaponization, height, and thrusters. Soft lock, on the other hand, lets you control the camera and direction, and as long as the enemy is still on the screen, you hold the lock. The soft lock will allow more flexibility in general movement, but you lose a finger to control the right joystick. The HUD also beautifully displays the multi-lock when firing missiles, showing you how many is going to go to each target. Number 5, repair kits. We now see the repair kits in the bottom left corner. These can be used to repair armor points or health that you lost during the mission. It would appear that we can stock up to 3 and then recover 4,000 AP, at least in the gameplay preview. This may be upgradable as well. I personally hope that they're very expensive. I think they're going to take away the fun of trying to survive with only one mech that we custom built for that mission. Number 6, we got to see the garage in several of the menus, and there's some major findings here. The first is the arena is confirmed. This is a major aspect of the AC series. I have personally loved having 1v1 battles against specialized ACs that you sometimes have to build the most unique mechs to achieve victory. We then saw the OS tuning, where we can get a variety of upgrades from base stat improvements to epic moves such as the boost kick, which we saw in the original showcase trailer. We also got to see plenty of weapons and other AC parts to start fantasizing all about them sexy mech builds that we're going to try out. We also have access to what appears to be one of the most robust customization features of any of the AC series, so we can truly make these beauties of destruction. They even have an image editor that looks like a simplified Photoshop to make the best decals to place all over your mech. Not to mention, they're bringing back AC data, so us nerds can really dive into the numbers and build truly optimized mechs. Moving on to number 7, the boost bar. We've now seen many of the mechs flying around in battles and different situations, so we have a better understanding of how much movement there is in this game. Those Armor Core vets that loved the slower strategy style where movement wasn't huge and you could use buildings and terrain to land pop shots. It was more tactical. And on the other hand, we have those tryhards who love the mind-boggling speed of 4-answer, where it was just a feat of reflex to get the enemy on your screen. Now, this seems like a perfect compromise between the two, being able to bring those veterans and newbies to the IP. I think it has a nice balance of the boost gauge when using the dodge thrusters and the cooldown for using up all the boost that doesn't look too punishing. And depending on build, I'm sure there will be some very agile mechs. The quad legs actually seem to have the capability to float as well. So there should be a playstyle and movement that fits everyone. And we have some bonus findings. Handler Walter, is not just a trailer figurehead. He's going to be with us in all the missions.
Your position is grid 135. Off target, but within permissible range. There's a catapult ahead. Use it to close the gap.
So we will hear more of Patrick Seitz as the Master Hound. Super excited to have him as the VA of our boss, even if he is an asshole.
Handler Walter verified.
This one is functional, but don't expect much more.
I'm not here to talk. Wake it up.
And apparently the second and plus playthroughs will open other options that will allow you to find new game endings. I personally will be hunting them all down. I'm Caveman, the content producer for Polymos, and we are just getting this channel started. If you like this breakdown, support our channel by giving us a like and subscribe for more content. I'll see you guys next time.